All right, Marlene the Plant Lady is here. It's seed starting tips.
Yes.
I have never been one to do the seeds. I usually go zucchini seeds in the ground.
Yes.
That's okay.
So you could pretty much start anything in the ground, with some exceptions, of course. But the idea of seed starting is you get bigger plants, so by the time the temperatures have warmed up,
Yeah.
you're ahead of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with buying already established plants. That's fine, but a lot of times you can find better varieties with seeds.
Okay.
And so remember, don't plant your tomatoes or your peppers, your tomatoes, until the soil temperatures, nighttime temperatures are 50 degrees. So
50
we're far
degrees.
from there.
Yes.
Starting now, you do want to time it because you don't want these big plants and not have space
they get
for
leggy,
them.
right?
They get leggy.
Yeah.
So a few things. You could start with any container as long as it has a drain hole, even a red Solo cup.
Yeah.
Drill into them, right? Anything with the, yeah. Of course, you could reuse your 6-packs.
Yep.
You could start with large trays like this.
Okay.
Right? If the smaller and the longer it is until those temperatures warm up, you may need to move this up into a 4-inch pot.
Okay.
If you time it right, you could plant this size right here. But a lot of times people like to start with seeds because then you have a bigger plant.
If you were going to do that now, what week would you start?
I'm probably going to start mine probably end of February.
End of February.
End of February, because I plant a little bit later.
Okay.
Yes. All right, and it's straightforward. The biggest issue I see is the soil. People use potting soil, which is wrong. You definitely don't want to dig soil out of the ground. You want to use a seed starting mix, which is basically...
Why is potting soil wrong?
Because it has too big of organic, too much space. So you want something to hold the moisture in,
Gotcha.
and it dries out too fast.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Because
Gotcha.
you don't want your seedlings to dry out at all.
Okay.
You need to keep them. That's another reason they don't work for people is they dry out and that's it sometimes.
Done.
They're very fragile. So peat moss with perlite. If you don't buy a seed starting mix, you could buy peat moss. You could buy perlite and mix it. You want to get it wet before you put it in the container.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then when you put it in, I use one of these. After you put it in, poke it down. You want to compress it. And then it's as simple as just laying a seed on top. Now, the problem I run into in a lot of people is, you never think you're going to get 100% success germination rate. A lot of times you do with tomatoes and peppers.
What's that?
Isn't that a cool pepper?
This is a pepper?
That is a pepper. And I told my father-in-law one year, I gave him some plants, and I'm like, oh, it's not this first year I
That's
grew
really
up.
cool.
Yeah, it's spicy.
Okay. Oh.
Put it in, and then you could cover it. Just cover it.
Just one?
Just one or two. Like in this, I would do one, and then I always do maybe two in an extra one in case it doesn't come up.
Okay.
Just sprinkle it. Depending on the size of the seed, depends on how much you bury it.
Oh.
Some seeds, you don't even need to bury, you just water them in. But
And don't really
you don't compress it
Okay.
after. And then the key, get it into water or water it in. Oh, I don't want to put those in there. Right, that's wrong. Heat mat. A heat mat will get your seeds starting faster. It's not mandatory, but if you're running late or you want them to come up, a heat mat, once they're up, light is key. This will prevent that legginess.
Okay.
Now this light doesn't put off a lot of heat. It's these LED strip lights you could daisy chain and put on a rack. You want to put it like that close.
Okay.
Right? And you want to have it on a timer to go about 10 to 12 hours.
A day.
A day.
Okay.
And then when they start getting bigger, you can move them to pots and then move them outside to taper them off. But the key is don't let those seedlings dry out and use the proper soil.
I'm going to water them every day.
Keep them moist every day. You may not need to water them every day.
Okay.
But keep them moist.
All right, Marlene the Plant Lady on Facebook and Instagram. If you have any extra questions after the show, you can just direct message you.
Yes.
Because she loves trying to catch up, right? And listen to
Yes,
her
I
on
will answer them eventually.
Flower Power Garden Hour if you want to listen to her, and maybe you have a series on seed starting.
I will, I should. And this is for you and for your African violets.
I'm
I
obsessed
promised
with,
you a light for a while and took me.
I'm obsessed with African violets.
Yes.
Yes.
You asked me, do I have too many? And you showed me all the African violets.
There might be 20. There might be 20. Thank you, Marlene. Marlene the Plant Lady. Be here in a couple of weeks again. Code back over to you.
Very nice.